I met a friend the other day. His name is Eric Keller, and normally I don't put names out here, some of my stories, but this one has to be out there. And I explain why. Eric is a good friend of mine, and he has a story, like most of us. And as we were talking, I saw some similarities. Like he started something on YouTube called Conscious Streams. No. Stream consciousness, random streams. I'll leave all this. I wanted to cut it now, but let's leave it. Hopefully he will forgive me. Random streams of consciousness, but just random streams, because he has similar like what I do. He talks about stories. He talks about his personal journey. He talks about his faith. He talks about how he looks at the world, and it's needed. And he started about the same time in 2020 when I started PITSTOP Pioneers. And I encouraged him when we met to not only, he just rebooted his channel, which is great, which needs to be heard. And I'll tell you why. But I encouraged him, hey, why don't you do a podcast? I explain how it works. It's super easy, actually, because you have a broader audience. And he's one of those guys, he felt like we don't need another voice out there. We don't need somebody else doing a video. And yes, you can say that and then not do that. And that's fine. Or, as he came to tell me, which I thought was great, it was based on a psalm talking about the goodness of God, or basically what God has done in my life, and talk about what he has done in my life. I will share the psalm. It's Psalm 127, I think, 10. But don't quote me on this, I should know. But I will put it in the text, in this description of the episode, obviously. And you can look it up. But it's a great, and he said, like, I need to talk about the good things that God has done in my life with all the bad things that happened in my life. Or life was tough. And being able to still, through all this and in all of this, speak about God's goodness. And I agree. Like, I went through things in my life the last 2 years that I will talk about more at one point. Right now, all I tell you is, whatever we go through in life, good or bad and ugly, God is right there. That's the first thing you need to know, more than we realize. And we have the question, why? I have these questions. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? And as you grow closer to him, not away from him, actually seek him more, you find a place that's just very brief, that the question why doesn't matter anymore, because it's not about why. It's, what are you going to do through this? And I just need to trust you, because no matter where I'm at right now, what I'm going through or not, if I have everything going for me or nothing, it doesn't change the fact of who he is. He's the same. He says, the Bible says he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He doesn't change. We do. And good so, because he wants to help us change and transform within so we can transform outside. But anyway, that's just a side note about things in life and why we should talk about it, no matter what. And Eric rebooted his channel because he wanted to, if nothing else, he wanted to leave a legacy for his kids to look at those videos and said, this is my dad's journal. And he put it out there. And listen, here's the thing. It doesn't matter if 5 people have watched this or 500,000. Doesn't matter. Not a flip. I told him, like, I tell you, there's people that approach me. I had no clue that they listen or hear or watch my stuff, whether it's on the social medias, whether it's on the podcast. I have no idea. I just had some subscribers now from England and South Africa. I don't know those people. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I enjoy it. This is great. Hope you enjoyed too. But we never know who's listening. We never know who's watching. So we shouldn't be concerned about that. What we should be concerned about is if we have something in our heart to pursue it and do it. And so I'm glad that Eric relaunched his random streams. And he's deep. He's funny. He's a man. He's broken. I can relate. Totally. And I think a lot of people can relate because it's not the things that we think everybody needs to hear. Everybody wants a success story. Really? Like, we don't know the story behind the success story. We don't know those things because sometimes we don't want to hear about those. We don't want to hear about the struggle and the hardship. But here's the fact and the truth. We all go through it. Yeah, reality check. And so yes, we need more people to talk about what is real and what is true, and not hide it. And actually say, you know what, I went through all of this and here I am. And I'm a different person. And you need to hear some of my journey because maybe it will help you make better decisions. Or maybe it will help you or encourage you that not give up. Maybe it will help you to relate and say, hey, I'm not the only one, whatever it is. And so I want to encourage you to check out Random Streams. I started to listen to the first episodes when he started out. And I'm glad that he's back. And I want to have him on my show, Pit Stop Pioneers, as a one-on-one conversation. I'm planning this. I didn't tell him yet. So if he hears or sees this before I actually ask him, hey, Eric, you're going to be, we're going to talk a little bit. And it's important. So I think that's mainly what I wanted to share about that. I think there's more, but let's leave it with this. If you have something on your heart to share, we need to hear it. We need to hear about stories that are not perfect. I was very encouraged. It's the last thing I say about this. As I've been listening to Genesis. Brokenness is all over the place. Broken state. Our world is in a broken state. It's normal. The stories are not perfect, but they're stories nevertheless, and they're their stories. So now the question is, what is your story? What is my story? And we need to be able to find a way. It doesn't mean we all have to do channels. And, the other day, a friend of mine said, wait, man, who is this now? He thought this is another Eric. I sent him the link. This guy has a YouTube channel too, and a podcast too. Who doesn't nowadays? I'm like, well, I'm not saying his name yet, but maybe you should do one too. And why not? I can help you if you need some help. I know how to do it now. It's great. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me share my story, part of my story, what is comfortable on this platform. And obviously there's other platforms where it's a more one-on-one around the fire, or around, having a coffee or having a meal. There's different settings to do that. I love an audience, but also very much enjoy the same way a one-on-one conversation with a friend, or somebody that I get to know that becomes a friend. I have many stories like that. So thanks again for tuning in and watching, listening. This is my perspective, how I look at the world, and I love to share those stories and part of my story with you. Thanks for being on this journey with me, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.